Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dev Undercover, coming back with another video. And I know that you guys could tell by the intro, the title, that this video is going to be a little different than what I was doing previously. But guess what? Things changed. And honestly, I'm not doing that content anymore. So if you guys are used to that content, I'll probably just say unsubscribe. But I'm doing new content now. And honestly, starting in 2021 when I graduated, as you guys could tell, I did sports and I was doing a lot. And all of that got stripped away from me. One, because of COVID, and two, because I didn't go to college to play sports. So I started to chase a version of myself that just wasn't real. I used to think that being a leader meant that you had to be loud, being a person that's just all around. And basically what I mean by that is getting girls, chasing attention, craving attention, being flashy. I used to think that even going viral meant that you was winning in life. And let me tell you guys, going viral in life doesn't mean that you're winning. It's just honestly noise. And yes, it was kind of fun, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was chasing a version of myself that just wasn't real. I cared about being seen more than I cared for myself. I was pouring into other people's cup more than I was pouring into my own cup. And that's when things changed. And honestly, I just needed to take a step back from everything that I was doing, and that's when the silence happened. I'm sorry if the wind is kind of crazy. I just wanted to do this shot at the beach. But honestly, when I took a step from YouTube and kind of just put my own selfish desires away, that's when I started to get closer to God. And that's even before I picked up a Bible. So that's kind of crazy to speak for itself, right? But I just started to find more peace with myself when I put myself away from certain distractions. And the distractions was like putting myself in the streets and putting myself into predicaments that I might not even come out alive in. And it's honestly not smart to do, and I wouldn't suggest it, but I don't know, I was just lost. So then after all of that, I started to ask myself, who am I when nobody's around? And I want you guys to really think about it, and pause this video if you need to, but really think, who are you when nobody's around? Not that you're a mother, father, a parent, a son, an uncle, whatever the case may be. Don't even think about that. Just think about yourself. Who are you when nobody's around? And think about it. And for some people, you probably went silent, probably was thinking a little too hard. And some people, they probably already found it out. For me, it was a lot of silence. I didn't know who I was behind closed doors. I didn't know who I was when nobody's around. And that's when I knew I had to take a step into faith. And when I started to read the Bible and started to journal, I started to find myself, and I started to put myself in new habits. I started to hike, run, just better my fitness. I started to get more goals. I started to be more clear with my thoughts. And honestly, everything started to become more clean to me. And that's when I knew I had to get closer to God, and that's when I surrendered. I gave my life to Christ. And not because I was perfect, but because I was done pretending on who I thought I was. And now I'm tired of just pouring from an empty cup. And that's when I just gave my life to Christ. I've always believed in God, but I don't just believe in him, I walk with him now. My content, my relationships, and even my thoughts are starting to get cleared up and now starting to get cleaned up. This isn't just another chapter or another page in a book. This is a new beginning, and I want to welcome you. Very off topic, but I just created the best scene, and I wasn't even recording, so now I gotta do it again. But let's go back on topic. This is what rebirth looks like. Not perfect, but it's real, 1,000%. And if you're ever feeling stuck, empty, or lost, this is your sign that you could change. Because the old me died, and now I never felt more alive. This is me. I'm still creating content, having fun, and creating goals and achieving goals. But this time I'm doing it with purpose, and I'm leading with love. So if you guys are rocking with the new me, I would say stick around and grab some popcorn, I guess. But honestly, if you guys are really rocking with me, hit that subscribe button, because I want to welcome you guys to my resurrection.